In my life, I have always started things with a specific goal in mind. I went to school to get my A-level, I went to uni to get my bachelor's degree, and I went to uni again to get my master's degree. After I started working for a tech company, I kind of lost all of my goals out of sight. The only goal that was left was I do this until I retire. And thinking about this really put me into a quarter-life crisis. I didn't really want to go to work anymore. I even took these feelings back home and I was depressed. There was no goal and no specific thing that I really wanted to achieve. So I decided to quit my job to find my passion. So I did what everyone would do. I Googled it. And next to tons of advertisement or courses to make, I actually found something that truly helped me. But let's start with something a bit more simple because I wanted to know what passion really is. Passion is defined as a strong inclination towards a self-defining activity that people like or love, find important, and in which they invest time and energy. So I tried to figure out, what do I really love? Video games, and I also think I'm actually quite good at it, or at least I'm trying to be good at it. So, and that's quite rewarding for me as well, and I like spending my free time with it. So I guess that is a passion of mine. I also really like filmmaking and what I'm doing here. The last passion that I share with my fiance is traveling. But how do I take these passions and turn it into a job? After doing some more research and diving into the rabbit hole of how to find my passion and turn that into a profitable job, I found something super interesting. It is called Ikigai. It sounds like a strange cult, but it isn't. It's Japanese for it's the reason you get up every morning. Because next to being good at something and loving something, which defines what a passion is, Ikigai also introduces the question, does the society needs it? So meaning, do you really feel a purpose in what you're doing? And also important, can you actually earn money from it? Because I mean, at the end, if we do something that is passionate, yeah, that's cool. But if we don't get money for it, it is a hobby, I guess. Sounds easy, right? Spoiler, it's not. A bit of a disclaimer, this can be different for everyone, so make sure to also do this exercise your own. Maybe share it in the comment section below so we can share our thoughts. So let's maybe tie back to the passions that I already kind of figured out for myself that are my passions and see if the other two questions can also be answered with that. Let's start with playing video games. I love it, I'm good at it. Take for those two. But now comes the downside. Let's talk about money. I think, yes, you can earn money with video games. I think there are a lot of jobs around video games that you can actually earn money with. But like specifically, if you just talk about playing video games, yeah, of course you can be a streamer, but I guess then you're a content creator. The likelihood of you actually can live from being a streamer is super rare. The more of a downside, and where it definitely doesn't tick the box for me, is that there is no purpose. I think no one really needs someone who plays video games the whole day. And that means it falls into the intersection of I am satisfied, but I'm feeling useless. So what about traveling? I love it. I'm really good at it because I can spend a lot of money even though I don't have the money to go traveling. I think getting paid for it is a bit tricky. I mean, of course, you can be something around traveling, have something to do with traveling, but being paid for traveling alone is something, I guess, that is a bit tricky because no one really pays you to just go traveling. There is some purpose missing for me as well because does the world really need someone who travels the whole time? In my opinion, not really. So I guess traveling is not the right thing and not my ikigai. So let's talk about filmmaking. Do I love it? I love it so much. I don't know, I've doing it for a couple of years now. I do it in my free time. I spend lots and lots of money in gear and just improving my filmmaking in general. And I've always done it and I will probably do it forever. So I think I definitely love it. Am I good at it? I think that is a tough question because it's a craft. You're getting better and better. I think I am good at it because I really try to improve day in, day out, and even in my free time and whenever I can, I try to improve. There are multiple multiple ways that you can make money from filmmaking, doing weddings, doing commercial things. I think there are so many different ways. Does it have a purpose? Does the world really need it? In my opinion, most definitely. And it's getting more and more and more because of the digital world that we're living in, because everything in the digitalization of companies or whatever you can think of will be through moving pictures, because that is the way how we consume media today. So I guess with filmmaking, I really ticked all of the boxes, which was super helpful for me to actually just have a structure that I can go through and tick the boxes and see what I want to pursue. I did this about 2 months ago, and since then I work as a freelance filmmaker. I was actually more happy than I was in the 4 or 5 years that I worked before. Maybe you did not find your purpose just yet, or this one thing that really makes you happy. So I hope this video maybe helps you to get out there and try out new things, get out of your comfort zones, and maybe find your ikigai. If you watch this video on how I became a filmmaker,